pain, I graduated from law school. Thank God for that. Now, I've seen all the things that God has helped me do. All the things He has helped deliver me from. So I know that if He delivered me from high school, He delivered me from undergrad, He delivered me from law school, then that bar don't stand a chance. Because I see what God has done.
That's good, son.
Now, the next stage is what?
Do you? Be comfortable in your own
The next step is to do what?
Do you?
So that means I can't necessarily study the way John studies. I can't study the way Sharon studies, or Kelly, or Kyle. I have to study in a way that is effective for me. If I go and try to just read my notes all day, that's the way somebody else studies, that might not be what's effective for me. So what I have to do is to prepare in a way that is effective for me. I have to do me. Now the last step, the last thing that you have to do, after you already defined your giant, after you already built up your confidence, after you found out what works for you, the next thing you have to do is to put your faith in work. And come July 28th and July 29th, I'm going to walk into the North Carolina Fairgrounds with my pen in hand and some t-shirts so I can be relaxed and put my faith in work.
That's good, son.
Now this how-to guide isn't just for me, isn't just for the bar, but that's how God gave it to me. I was watching the movie just crying. I was like, man, oh, my wife don't wake up and see me crying like this. She might think something wrong with me. But the thing is, it was a how-to guide for the bar because that was something I was thinking about, something I was wondering about. But it's not just for the bar. This is applicable to so many things in your life. Now, I'm going to take another thing and break it down. One thing I want to break down right now is say you want to lose 50 pounds. I don't know about anybody in here. I don't know anybody here that ever wanted to lose 40, 50 pounds. As a personal trainer, I'm going to tell you that is not an easy task. It is a hard thing to do. That is a big giant that many people have to face. So the first thing you want to do is to do what? So defining your giant, defining your thing is to see, I have to lose 50 pounds. That is one thing. It's a hard goal. It's a big goal. But in defining a giant, you also know that there's a promise associated with taking down that giant. And the promise associated with losing 50 pounds is greater health. You're going to have a lot better time walking around. You actually lower your health insurance now. It's going to keep you safe because you are defeating a giant. And you defeat a giant, there's a promise associated with defeating that giant. All right? Now, the third thing I said about defining your problem is many people try to doubt you. Many people say you can't do it. Many people try to discourage you. They're like, look, man, you know you want some fried chicken. Man, you ain't going to lose no weight. You ain't going to work hard enough. You don't have enough willpower to do this. 50 pounds, are you crazy? You need to be happy where you are. You can't do it. But you have to do the next step, and the next step is to do what? No, y'all say, uh-oh. The next step is to do what? No, it's not. Confidence building is your next step. Define your giant, confidence building. Now, the way you build your confidence is you look on the things that God has delivered you from in the past. Now, you have to thank God that you were healthy enough to walk around now. You thank God that He woke you up in the morning. God has delivered you from so many different things. You know that losing 50 pounds would not be nothing for you. Because if you follow the how-to guide, it would happen. Now, the next step, after you define your giant, after you build your confidence, the next thing you have to do is to do you. Now, the way I lose 50 pounds ain't going to be the same way that you lose 50 pounds. Now, they said Jared, I don't know if y'all seen the Subway guy, Jared ate subs and walked. That's not going to work for everybody. Just to let you know, that's not going to work for most people. He was 500 pounds, so it works if you're 500 pounds. But that's not going to work for everybody. So what you have to do is find something that works for you. Now, David couldn't go fight Goliath the same way Saul would fight Goliath. He had to find something that would work for him. So what you have to do is do you. All right, now once you found out what's going to work for you to achieve this goal, once you find out what's going to work for you to take down this giant, the next thing you have to do is to put your faith to work. And we're talking about losing 50 pounds. You're going to have to put some faith to work. That means you're going to have to walk on a treadmill. That means you're going to have to stop eating the cookies and cakes. That means you're going to have to eat multiple meals. You're going to have to put your hard faith to work. And I got to tell one more, because my wife also just graduated. I'm sure some other people in here graduated. But what about the people who are trying to get to college? It's youth day, so I'm going to talk about what you got to do to get to college. Now, your giant is to make it into college. Your giant is to make it into that career. Now, you see that's a real hard thing to do, especially for black males. For every one black male that graduates college, 100 more go to jail. So you know that is a hard task. It is a huge giant, just like Clemons. It is really, really big. Hard to get. But when you defeat a giant, there is a promise associated with it. So if you actually defeat that giant and get to college, that means you have a job. That means you have a career. That means so many more things will happen for you if you defeat that giant. But whenever you define your giant, you also know that there are many people that try to doubt you. There are many people that try to discourage you. Many people that try to bring you down. They might want you to join gangs. They might say you can't do it. They say you ain't have a daddy, so you can't do it. You a one-parent home, you can't do it. You're poor, you can't do it. You're black, you can't do it. You're white, you can't do it. You're a woman, you can't do it. You're a girl, you can't do it. You had a baby before you were married, you can't do it. But I'm telling you, after you define your problem, after you define your issue, the next thing you have to do, the next thing you must do is to what? Get it right this time.
Build your confidence.
Build your confidence. Confidence building. Now the way you build your confidence, the way David built up his confidence before he faced Saul, was to look back on all the things that God has delivered him from. So if you're trying to get to college, you need to look back over all the things that God has brought you from. These are the small issues, the small hurts. These aren't the giants, these are the small things. They all build up. I passed that algebra test that I thought I was going to flunk. I paid attention to class. I don't know how the world I did that. That teacher was boring. I made a good grade on my exam. I did all these things, so I know getting to college is not going to be a challenge to me. Because God has delivered me from all this, and I know that with God on my side, the giant must fall. I said, I know